So let's start with your first steps in visual arts. And I will ask you to remember.
So far away.
How far away is it actually?
At the beginning of the 70s, I began to work, really. Before I was a student, but a bad one.
Really?
Really. I was always in the movie, looking film and reading books. And at this time, you know, art was very conceptual and minimal, and it was not my taste.
Did you know then that you are going to enter the art world the way that you did?
You know, I was thinking, I am a woman, and what is that to be a woman and to try to do art? So I have no identity, and I wanted to be important. So I began to call me Annete Messager collector, Annette Messager trickster, Annette Messager practical woman, etc. And in the same time, with this kind of system, I could do a lot of different things with different materials, like drawings, photography, embroidery, books, album, collection. So, and now I think I mixed all the material together, all the Annette Messager together.
There is a myth that says that you had an apartment, and this apartment was separated in two parts. In the one part of the apartment, you were living like a collector, and in the other part of the apartment, you were living like an artist. So you entered the spaces twice or three times a day, I don't know how many times, to pick up things that you have collected and to make artwork. Is that so?
Yes, that's true. In my bedroom, I collect a lot of things from a magazine, newspaper, and I try to see what they wrote about women, about women having children or not. And so I did a lot of collections. The first one was the marriage of Annette Messager, and I took the photo in the newspaper. You have a woman and a man married. The name of the man was, of course, always the first one. And I put my name. So I did maybe 200 marriages.
In the 60s and 70s, there was a feministic movement. There were women that they were starting to create art in a different way. And it happened that at that specific moment, you were starting your career, let's say. How did you manage to separate yourself from the cliché of the movement?
I like the cliches.
Do you?
Yeah.
But
I like the proverb. I did a lot of broderie with the proverb about women, and they are awful, really awful. No, I like to play with the cliché and not to say you have to do that, it's a good way. No, I prefer to be more ambigu, you know. Yeah. And I'm afraid about feminist art, because it could be a ghetto, like, and I don't like the ghetto. And if people ask me to be in a show with only women, I don't like that, because it's dangerous to have a category: woman, man, black artist, Jewish artist. I hate these kind of things. You know, Robert Filiou, he did a show in a museum, and there are toilets for women, for men, and he put toilets for artists.
When I first saw your work, I had the feeling that I was in a path, that you were driving me in a path, in an adventure of walking in the human body. But the human body has also the memory, the nostalgia, the pain, the suffering, the spasm, the erotic situation. And I said, okay, here I have the whole encyclopedia of the human experience hanging from the ceiling.
I think that I was very influenced by the book of Roland Barthes, Fragments du discours amoureux. And he said that we could speak about love only about fragments. By example, I love your nose, I love your eyes, and not I love all your body. It's like to be sick, love, and to be sick, maybe it's the same. We don't say I'm sick on my body, I am sick on my heart. And I like this kind of fragmentation, and I use a lot, for example, in photography. I did a lot of black and white photo of my friends, focus on all the parts of the body.
Mm-hmm. But then you use materials, which are, most of them are coming from the everyday life, from our everyday experience, and you transform them to art.
By example, you have a pillow on the bed, and the pillow could be nice, but there is a shadow, and it begins to be dangerous. So I like to play with the two parts of in the life, with the comedy, tragedy. Things could be grotesque. We are grotesque to work. We are grotesque because we are all going to the same place at the end. But for this reason, maybe we try to do something before. But a lot of my work is with black material.
You don't connect that with mourning or
yes, of
sadness.
Course, with the net.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This word, which is spasm.
For me, the words, they have also a song, you know, spasm. And also they are visual. I did a lot of pieces, I repeat the same word, like promise, promise, and you repeat a word, when you repeat, it's like a litany, there is no more sense, it's just a song, because I like the words. I wanted to write, but I don't know, I can't. So I just do words.
You transform a word in a kind of sculpture. How do you separate your material and your photos and your images? What is the canon that you have in your mind to do that?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I try to be, when I begin work, I try to be really stupid and to be neutral, completely to forget my work before, and just I have a lot of material around me, and I touch them, I dance with them. They are my friends. They are my best friends. And if I know what I will do, it's boring for me, because it's like a travel for me to work. You know, I have some piste, like a dog, you know, when he smells something. And I take something and say, no, c'est mauvais, it's bad, bad, bad. And like this. But I am always influenced by the street, by all the things. When I'm in the street, I see people walking, and the clothes, and
So gloves for you are the hands, the creation, and pencils?
yeah, but pencils are very nice, very beautiful. You know, when you bought a box of pencil, it's beautiful. And if you try to do a drawing, it's a disaster. But they are very beautiful, and in another way, they are dangerous, because
they
like
are
a
like
knife.
needles.
So it's the opposition between the sweet things and the aggressive thing together.
What about your diaries? I mean, did you keep any kind of diary through your career? I mean, writing every day's activities, feelings?
Oh, I have a lot of cahiers and, by example, something. Today I was in the Museum of Cyclades, and I saw a lot of pubis, you know. And I was thinking to my piece here, and it gave me another idea about this, to do pubis drawings maybe. But no, not just some words, but all the time.
Okay. And
I read the newspaper and I see a word or something, and I copy the word.
so if somebody asks you, which are the sources of your work actually, what would you say? The everyday life, that's all? You don't know, huh?
No, I don't want to know anything.
Anything?
No.
Yeah, okay. You know that there is a feedback to the people that they see your work, to the audience. I mean, they feel things and they can imagine.
I feel things too.
Yeah, that's why you want us to come and see that. You want us to come and be friendly with your work. Do you have any expectations about the audience and your work?
Of course, I prefer if they like the show, but it's difficult, you know, the relationship with the spectator. Generally, I left when they arrive, or I put a mantle because so they cannot see me if I have a mantle like the others. But il fait trop chaud ici.